Welcome on back in, everybody. We're about to start Season 3 here at Iowa State, and I'm just going to be straight up with you. This is probably the most disjointed season we've recorded so far. We lost quite a few games from this season, unfortunately, so I'm going to piece the parts together as best I can. But let's try to give you a good recap of how everything went down exactly. Here early on against Tennessee in our opening game of the season, you can see we're tied at 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. That was, of course, before Harry Nuts rolled out here, bombed it deep, finds his receiver wide open, and it's Beef Tip with a 39-yard reception there, giving us a nice 7-point lead here in the first half. Now it's going to be Tennessee bouncing back. Our safety had no chance on that tackle. This running back just absolutely doing what he wants to do to our defense. No chance to stop the guy right there. Back on offense now, Harry airing the ball out again, but this time it's going to get undercut, and that was really not a great decision. Unfortunately, now Tennessee is going to give themselves some good field position up here near midfield. They are able to move the ball downfield and convert once again. It's Lonnie Jones for his second touchdown run of the day. Now Harry is scrambling, trying to find a guy, and some way he does. Not sure how Zipper Explosion managed to catch that ball, but a great catch indeed, and we will take it. Coming right back with one to El Chapo Guzman right there, and now it's going to be Michael Williams responding for Tennessee. Nice stop right here on the extra point. They can't get anything, and here now with 5 minutes in the third quarter, we are trailing by 5 on the road here at Neyland. El Chapo Guzman, that guy we just mentioned, here on the kick return duty, getting his first kick return of the season, getting plenty of action out here on the field today. You love to see that. Nice job by Guzman, putting us back in the driver's seat. We weren't able to make the 2-point conversion, but we were able to get the ball back, convert a crucial fourth down right there, and then it's, of course, going to be Matt Riley with a nice touchdown to put us up by 8 now here in this game. They get to the wide open field once again. Tennessee making these runs just look like easy work out here. Nathan Smith gets credited with that touchdown. On their first attempt to go for 2 here, we get a sloppy pass interference call, and it gives them a little bit more life. Let's see if they can capitalize on it, though. As they drop back, they find the guy Melvin Luke for a 2-yard 2-point conversion. Nice play right there. But Beef Tip won't be outdone here on 4th and 9, finding a way to get us downfield, trying to help us win this first game of the season, try to send Tennessee to 0-2. And Flipper Anderson the third with a huge touchdown here as the clock is ticking down. They get one final attempt, but it's no good. Big win. Well done. Now we're here in week 2, folks. We've got the Iowa Hawkeyes here, if you will. You know, this is a matchup that in the first couple seasons, if you've been watching us, you've seen us play them quite a bit at this point. You expect these games to be competitive. We are 0-2 currently since Coach Frank O'Reilly has shown up here at Iowa State. So we're really hoping that we can get our first win against this Hawkeye squad here today. About now with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, they do get a nice rushing touchdown right there from their QB. It's going to be Harry Nuts moving this ball down the field. Beef Tip, you've been seeing him be pretty active early here today in these first couple games. A nice 37-yard reception ends up setting up this easy touchdown play to Jamal Crowder. Now 14-14. Terrell Justice has just been an absolute menace every time he touches the ball these last couple seasons and continues to do so there, putting his team back in the lead. Beef Tip, well done, gets the grab, sets us up, and Flipper converts. Nice job. We got a tie game here, and with 5 minutes in the third quarter, can we take a lead? Yes, we can. Nice job by Zipper Explosion, making big-time plays out here when we need them the most. Sloppy defense right there, as you can see. Can't tackle, can't wrap up, can't do anything, can't take the right angles, but it doesn't matter. Flipper Anderson comes back to back with 2 touchdowns right there, gives us a 14-point lead, and with under a couple minutes remaining here, Iowa's really going to have to make something happen quickly. They do get 1 touchdown, but we followed up with a nice field goal of our own. And folks, that'll do a big win, and we finally take out the Hawkeyes here in year number 3. About damn time. Welcome into week 3 here, folks. We've got a huge game on the schedule. We're going back to Texas State, Coach Frank's former program, to see if we can make a statement here against one of the best teams in the nation. Early on, Harry's going to be pressured out of the pocket, can't find anybody, has to throw it away, so we do settle for the 3. But first on the board in this game, they bounce right back here with a huge run of their own. I mean, look who it is, our former Flipper Anderson from that team. But hey, the new Flipper Anderson says anything you can do, I can do better. Gets a touchdown of his own, but then Texas State bouncing right back, tying this thing up here at 10. And with 13 seconds to go here before halftime, can we get a big catch? No, we can't. Guzman drops it, so we'll tack the 3 on the board, take the 3 points, folks, and we got the lead going into the second half. Unfortunately, that wouldn't last very long. But now down 17-13 here, the man Harry himself somehow squeaks that ball through. No idea how that got by the defenders, but it gives us another lead, but not to be outdone. They bounce right back, tie this thing up at 20. Flipper gets the ball on that handoff, does not do well, coughs it up, unfortunately. Here in the fourth quarter, Texas State looking to take full advantage of everything in front of them, and what a play here. I mean, that looked like it was going to be about a 10 to 15 yard gain, and Everett powers right through our defense all the way down into the end zone for a 62-yard reception. What a back breaker. Following a failed fourth down attempt, Texas State gets the ball back, tacks on 3 more points, and now up by 10 here. There's just not enough time for us to get back into it. We need the miracle onside kick. We recover it, and even though we have a chance here, not going to get the job done on third down. Here on fourth down, we do throw for the first. We get the ball off on this field goal somehow in time. Not quite sure how, but the field goal is going to go wide right and a little bit short, and a tough loss here coming up just so close, but Texas State gets the big dub. Congratulations. Trying to steady the ship after a tough loss to Texas State, we're now going to take on West Virginia. We are on the road for this one. They get off to a hot start here, however. Nice job with that pass, and then it's going to be Randy Temple capping off that drive with a nice-looking touchdown right there. We do work the ball downfield, but they make us pay with an interception. They flip the field on us here, and early in this game, we are in trouble as Temple makes his second touchdown of the day on that nice reception. 14-0 game here. On 3rd and 20, we can't do much of anything. Settle for a field goal. It's really not looking very good at this point. West Virginia finds an open receiver here. I mean, that wasn't even close. And David Sutton with a very easy looking touchdown. Harry's going to try to take this one himself, but the time is winding down. Keep an eye on the clock here, folks. We go for it on 1st and goal, and all 3 seconds expire on that incompletion. A big mistake right there. Chance to get some points is squandered. And now here in the second half, we are really going to have to earn everything we get. We already knew that quarterback Joel Griffin is quite skilled, but we didn't know he could quite do it like this. I mean, an excellent run right here. That's a huge play for them, now giving them an 18-point lead. On 4th and goal, we're forced to go for it here, and we do convert to El Chapo Guzman just to keep a slim hope alive. But folks, we're in the 4th quarter, and time is running out. That's a nice catch right there. West Virginia continuing to apply pressure here, and even though we continue to respond, they continue to bounce back and do exactly the same. Joel Griffin, his second touchdown of the day. They are really handling things way too easily right now. El Chapo Guzman catches this one on the kick return here. He will take off and try to do a little something with it. We've seen this guy before out here. Will he make it past the defenders? Yes, he will, folks, and a nice job to get that one all the way back to the house, but with time dwindling, I'm not sure it'll be enough. We go for the onside kick, folks. We get the recovery. We move downfield here. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and folks, Hugo Long with a huge catch right there. We go for 2 on this next play, and we convert with the run by Mr. Harry himself. We try to recover this next onside kick, but unfortunately doesn't work. That's going to do it for the day. West Virginia caps it off with that touchdown. Game, set, match. After fast-forwarding 2 weeks here, we now find ourselves at 3-3. We got a big win against TCU, but a tough loss against number 11 Texas. But now we got Texas Tech here standing at 3-3 at the midway point of our season. This can really go one of 2 ways for us here, but it's up to us to control our destiny. Speaking of destiny, here early, it seemed like Texas Tech was destined to kick our butt because, man, this wasn't even freaking close. 14-0 game. We salvage a field goal here on 4th and 14, but folks, for being at home, it ain't looking very pretty right now, and it gets a whole heck of a lot worse with that nice reception by wide receiver Lewis Campbell. Harry looking downfield for a big play, really needs to shake things up here and does the exact opposite of that with that interception. That one's really going to hurt, folks. We were already in a big hole, and this is not going to make it any better. Big sack right there, though, before halftime keeps them off the board, at least for the remainder of the half. Now here in the second half, we got to flip a switch. We got to totally change this momentum if we're going to have any shot whatsoever. The rain's been holding us back all day, but we're playing in front of this home crowd. Let's give them a little something to root for. Nice touchdown right there by Flipper Anderson, following it up with a field goal of our own, but a nice job by Aaron Alexander, the quarterback himself, keeping that one, taking it on into the end zone there. But you know what this means, folks. Anytime El Chapo Guzman gets his hands on the ball, you got to watch out. We've already seen here in the first couple games of the season what this man is capable of doing. Not sure if he'll be able to outrun the special teams unit here, but he does. Just gets enough space there on the 101-yard kick return. return. Texas Tech comes back down the field up by 11 now with under 4 minutes to go. Man, we're going to need to make something happen, and we're going to need to make it happen fast. Plummer's crack with a good play right there. Had to stop in the open field, set his feet, but finds his receiver. Then it's going to be Flipper Anderson with the 2-point conversion. That helps us a ton. Here on 3rd and 11, we are able to knock that one down. We get the ball back. Can we take the lead? Yes, we can. It's going to be Girth Brooks ahead by 4 now. They're down to their final play of the game, and folks, an incompletion. Look at that. A huge win here by Iowa State. Love it. Now heading into a tough matchup with a 5-3 Sooner squad. They go to work here early, wasting no time whatsoever on that beautiful option play right there. Shedrick Holden with the nice touchdown. Plummer's crack looking for a little space here. Can he find some? Trying to find a receiver downfield. Is there anybody open? Anyone at all? Yes, it's Beef Tip in the back of the end zone, 34-yard reception. Love to see that. However, Oklahoma says, hey, don't sleep on us. We are going to keep doing what we got to do to stay in this thing. They get back up 14-7. Nice catch there by Zipper Explosion. You love to see that. But here it's going to be Havoc getting absolutely wrecked on that freaking stiff arm. Tough play, unfortunately. Plummer's crack bounces back nicely, taking the ball himself here, folks, all the way downfield to tie this thing up 21-21. A field goal here gives them the lead temporarily, but Plummer's crack said, you know what? I already took it down the field once on my own. Why not turn on the burners again and see what we can do? Leaves that defense in the dust. Unbelievable effort. Comes up just a bit short there. Won't get the tutty, but guess who will? That man, Flipper Anderson the third, finishing the job that his quarterback started. Now here to start off the second half. Man, would a kick really switch things into our favor if we could just find a way with Dak Dasani to return this thing, our backup return man in the game, and he says, you know what, I might be a backup, but I'm sure as hell not going to play like one. Takes it all the way back to the house here, giving us now an 11-point lead. However, Oklahoma on a bit of a weird, funky looking pass there, somehow, some way gets a touchdown. I don't know how lucky you can get, but they seem to be getting all of it right now to keep them hanging around in this one. Flipper Anderson does find a lot of running room here, hits the little hurdle to avoid the tackle attempt, gets into the end zone for a massive TD, but they will bounce back, and Oklahoma now has it down to an 8-point game. Matt Riley, you've heard from him throughout this season, continuing to be a factor for us. The backup running back might not be that stud, but he is consistent whenever he is given the opportunity. Another big field goal here now puts us up 52-40, but Oklahoma will just not go away. These guys are just an absolute thorn in our side, but Flipper, with just under a minute to go now, really ices the game officially, and unless Oklahoma can come up with an onside kick here, which, folks, they cannot, it looks like we're going to walk away victorious. Big win. We're going to fast forward now another week. We skipped that game against Oklahoma State, but we did get the win against the Cowboys. You love to see that, folks. So we are now standing at 6-3. So on a nice little 3-game winning streak here. Got to see if we can keep the mojo going. But early against Baylor in the snow, they make us pay for that mistake right there. Never should have thrown that ball in the first place. And a great job by the linebacker to jump in front of that one, make something happen. Speaking of jumping in front of something and making it happen, what a play by safety Kirk Cousins Jr. there, gets us a chance to now get on the board for the first time here today. However, they retaliate with a field goal of their own. You saw what Plummer's crack could do last game in the open field with the ball, and he says, you know what? I've got the wheels, so why not put them to use, man? And once again, he is off to the races here. I don't think anybody's going to catch him on this one, folks, and of course they will not. Gives us a nice touchdown, our first tutty of the day. However, right before halftime, they do respond. They do get one of their own, and a 10-10 game here at half. Let's see if we can really find a way here in the second half to put this team in the rear view mirror. Getting to work early, man. This guy says, hey, you know what? Take one with you if you don't mind. Now here on 4th and 2, we make a risky call, but it pays off big time as Plummer's crack gets that one all the way into the end zone, up by 14 here as the clock in the third quarter continues to tick down. Huge interception. Let's see how far we can take this one back. Garcia jumps in front of the ball, finds his blockers downfield, and now with nobody in front of him but a bunch of open space, takes this one to the house, and that, folks, should do it for this one. Baylor makes a last-ditch effort here on 4th and goal, but not much of anything, and that's going to be a big win for us, moving to now 7-3 on the season. Folks, we've only got 2 games remaining, Kansas and Kansas State, and these are 2 very winnable games. Early against Kansas, we do get on the board, but not much of a first quarter. Very quiet right now, only at 3-0, but their running back bringing his team to life, man, putting the entire squad on his back. What a beautiful tutty there. Unbelievable effort. Now we've got our backup quarterback, Papa Sump, into the game, pump faking, looking around. Can he find somebody? And a miracle catch right there by Zipper Explosion. One-handed grab. What an effort to salvage that play. I thought we had no chance whatsoever. Unfortunately, a couple plays later here, Papa Sump coughs it up. They're able to convert that into 3 points here on the field goal. And now Kansas leads by 7 here with about 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We've seen what that man Plummer's Crack can do when he wants to rush the ball. The guy is an absolute beast out here, but he will be caught on this play just a little bit short, but that's okay, because guess what? We got Flipper Anderson III, and that man knows how to get the job done. Now, hey, speaking of him getting the job done, right here before the halftime whistle, punches another touchdown in. We're up 17-10. Kansas trying to even this thing on up here. Way too much time for the quarterback. Back corner of the end zone, Boyd Williams. No one was even on that guy. Not quite sure how he snuck back there, but a great play by the Jayhawks. Now it's Plummer's Crack again, taking this one himself. A 38-yard run downfield, man. This guy is just absolutely tearing them to shreds on the ground, but Kansas responds again, not to be outdone. With just over a minute remaining here in the fourth quarter now, if Dak Dasani can do something for us, give us good field position, help us on out. This is a little bit better than good field position, folks. This is great field position. An 89-yard return sets up the game-winning field goal. Nice job, and Kansas is going to go home with the L here today. Final week of the regular season here now. Nice sunny conditions back at Ames, Iowa. Love to see it, but Kansas State gets off to a hot start here, trying to stop that 5-game winning streak that we've managed to assemble here. And if we're going to find a way to keep our winning ways going, we got to start it right here, right now. Girth Brooks with an excellent touchdown, does a nice little kind of stop and go move to make that one work. Flipper Anderson here right before the halftime whistle gets a nice long run, ties it up 14-14. As we head to the second half now, Kansas State's going to have a chance to take that lead back, and yes, they will. What a pass to Matt Woodard. No one was even close to that, dude. Too easy, way too easy. Now it's going to be that guy, Dak Dasani. Once again, you've been seeing what this guy can do. He's been putting it on display, not just today, but the last couple weeks in general. Guy is stepping up, making a name for himself, and ties this thing on up at 21. Unbelievable effort from this dude. Kansas State now thinks they got a shot to get this one downfield, but it doesn't work out. Anthony Crazy steps in front of it, somehow maintains his balance. Will he make it back all the way to the end zone? Yes, he will. And the massive linebacker making a massive statement right there, giving us a 7-point lead here, folks, but it wouldn't last all that long. Nice catch by Leo Cox and a great effort to stretch that one all the way into the end zone. Dak has already been effective for us on kick returns. Now you see him contribute in the receiving game as well. They end up shanking that kick, which is not going to help their chances here on the day. And look at this, folks. Zipper Explosion responds with a 9-yard touchdown of his own. We're up by 14 with under 2 minutes to go. You got to give the Wildcats credit for still fighting down the stretch here, but it seems like the writing is on the wall, and with their final opportunity now squandered, we are going to walk away with the big-time win. Folks, what a season it's been. We're going to be heading to our first Big 12 championship game, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying when we were standing at 3-3 earlier this season. But, folks, here we go up against West Virginia. Now, I'll tell you right now, we only have about footage for about half of this game, so we'll kind of bring you through half the game here. We don't have the bowl game after this as well. We unfortunately lost some of that. I told you at the beginning of this video, it was a very disjointed season here, but we are on a 6-game winning streak, and we're going to do our best to keep that streak alive. However, West Virginia, doing a good job to hang in this one here early, tying it up 7-7. Now they're going to do what they need to do to get this one down close to the goal line, see if they can finish off this drive with that nice little run from Dawson there. Well freaking done. We'd actually, believe it or not, go on to lose this game in the second half. A tough loss, our second loss to this team this season. We would, however, make our first ever Cotton Bowl appearance since Coach Frank has shown up here at Iowa State. But yeah, we wouldn't win that game either. So 2 tough losses after a 6-game win streak kind of puts a bit of a damper on an otherwise nice season. 9-5 is your final record here in season 3 at Iowa State. Well, that'll pretty much do it for season 3 here at Iowa State and Coach Frank O'Reilly. The Cyclones were able to get that 9-5 record, so at least we're taking strides in the right direction here, but we're going to need some more improvement going forward here in seasons 4, 5, and 6. Speaking of which, all of those seasons will feature the majority of our games. I know we had some technical difficulties with this previous season, but thanks for hanging in there. Sorry we didn't get all of them included for you, but the good news is going forward, those issues will not really persist nearly as much. All of that being said, I appreciate you guys continuing to come through and support this series here on YouTube. I know I'm still new on the platform here, but please, if you like the video, if you comment on the video, just know that we appreciate the heck out of that. You can also help our channel by hitting that subscribe button right here, because every time you do that, you're continuing to help us grow this thing as well. Appreciate you guys. I hope you have a good one. And the one thing we say here at the end of every video, hey, class is in session. Thanks for coming through, everybody. We'll see you here next time at the Ultimate Sports Network.